Hello, YouTube. It is Rick today, once again in New York City. It is the very end of January. Thank God we are halfway done with winter. The first day of spring is a week after my birthday, March 21st. And so we're almost there. And January is the coldest month of the year. We have 4 seasons in New York, so we are in winter. We are 30 days into the new year, and it's a different world, it's a different time. It's hard to raise kids, y'all. Like, my son is a good kid, but he's addicted to that iPad, and I had to wake him up this morning to go to school. I'm like, I noticed his door was closed, and so I'm like, okay, he should have been gone already, and I open the door, he in bed. I'm like, get your ass up for school, what the hell? I'm like, and as his mother, even though I want the best for him, I'm a realist. I'm not an optimist at all. I'm optimistic when it comes to certain things, but when it comes to my money, college is not cheap. And I'm starting to think that maybe college is not for my son, He's late for school every single day. And the school is very close. We live in Brownsville, and the school is in East New York. There is no reason why he should be late whatsoever. There's no reason to be late, And I told him, I said, in life, you're going to be working different places. First of all, I went to high school in Queens, an hour and a half away from my home. And then I used to work at Yankee Stadium, which it wasn't bad because it was only an hour and 10 minutes away. Like, I could get to Yankee Stadium quicker than, certain places in Brooklyn. But what I wanted to talk about today is a Netflix special that I saw. I don't know if I talked about it before or not. When I said, you know what, let me talk about it again. But basically, it made me very upset as a mother. And I felt bad for that mother because her black child was abused. And it happens a little bit too often with special needs people. So in the Netflix special, Tell Them You Love Me is about a delusional white woman that rapes a black man with cerebral palsy. And I had to watch it a second time. Like, I knew she was wrong the first time, but I watched it a second time, and the husband made a statement and wrote a letter, and he said that she is a pathological liar and a narcissist. So cerebral palsy is when it affects your speech, your walking, and it's very severe. This young man could never be a normal person. He cannot work. He could go to school, but he can't do the basic things of a normal person. Yeah, so cerebral palsy is something that's very serious, and the person is not conscious of what's going on, right? They are not in the mental state to make a decision such as sex. So my question of the day to everybody is, a person who takes advantage of someone that is mentally ill, how much time in jail should they do? For me, 10 years, I'm not even his mother. She did less than 10 years. That is a slap in the face. And the problem with the criminal justice system, and I didn't really know about it until majoring it in college, but the problem with the criminal justice system is that women, special needs people, and poor people do not get the respect and dignity that they need. Someone who gets raped, right, and there's evidence that they were raped, there is no reason why the perpetrator should spend less than 20 years in jail. And I feel like if more people speak out on rape and the devastation of it and how traumatizing it is. You have women who cannot please their husbands because of something that happened when they were teenagers, molestation, rape. They can't have relationships with people because they don't trust anybody. It's very traumatizing. It's more than just, and sometimes a person could be raped so severely that they can't have children. It really depends. So, and it seems like the only time it's taken serious is when it's like 40 or plus people. Like with the R. So please stand away from the yellow strip. Like the R. Kelly case, right? He would have never been in jail if it wasn't so many people that he did that to. If it was only just one person, he would have never went to jail. But it took so many people to... If he didn't have so many witnesses and people that he did that to, he wouldn't be in jail for as long as... Hopefully he's in jail for the rest of his life. And he'll never see the light of day because it's terrible what he did. And then in that documentary, it was like, wow, it's crazy. Making them eat feces, drinking urine when they get to a 1-year anniversary. Like, you just gotta see the documentary. A lot of people haven't seen the whole thing, but you gotta see it. But in the documentary of Tell Them You Love Me, it's just very... One guy said that she's a victim of mythology, and that is a lot of people who work with special needs. I've heard co-workers say, oh yeah, they can do this and do that and they're just like you. No, they're not. They're different. They're still human, but they're very different. And that's my question of today. People who abuse special needs people, how much time in jail should it? To me, you should never see the light of day because you are disgusting. Like, that's just wrong. He wasn't in a mental space to make a decision. That's worse than messing with a teenager, because at least a teenager is a young adult, and you have teenagers who get married and they stay married. So to me, a person that's mentally ill and you rape them or you take advantage needs to be in jail for a long time. And the disturbing part about it is she's out of jail, living her life, and she is not remorseful. She says that they were in love, and so the letter that her husband wrote was interesting because he said, she's a pathological liar and a narcissist. So pathological liars, they believe their own lies. I don't know if I've ran into a few people like that, unfortunately, but they'll say that, like it'll be 80 degrees outside, right? And they'll tell you it's cold, and they really believe it's cold. Like, they'll put on a jacket, a hoodie. That's what you call a pathological liar. They just lie, and they believe their own lies. Compulsive is more on the spot. Compulsive is like, what did you eat for breakfast? Oh, I had bacon, egg, and cheese. They didn't have any breakfast, but they'll make up something because it's compulsive. But pathological, that type of liar is very dangerous. So when her husband made the statement that she's that and a narcissist, that is a horrible combination. So this is a woman who really believes that they had a relationship going. And for me, a person who works with special needs, there needs to be a psych eval. They have a psych eval for police officers, court officers, I believe. They need to start having psych evals because there's too many people that's borderline weirdos that I've met and interacted with. And it's like, how did they get this job? Like, they're not even mentally